All right, welcome back to House of Prep. Look, I was going to do this video outside, but look, it's just too hot. Okay, I'm not doing it. I was watching the news earlier, and I saw all across the nation, 95 and above, almost everything was red. Hot everywhere. And I'm not going to go out and do that. I think our heat index probably topped off around 110 today, and it's supposed to get a little worse as the week goes on. So, yeah, no videos outside this week. I'm sorry for that, but we're not going to do that. So, hey, it's Thursday, and we're going to be kind of on a different twist, but still give me updates of your area. If you're noticing some problems or issues, how about the prices? Still high? How about the sales? Are they starting to come back again? And then how about the gas prices? Ours is dropping. Ours is now under $4 a gallon, where it was up to almost $5. And it's finally dropping. It's every day. It seems like another chunk going down. So I'll take it. And I don't know the ins and outs of all supply demand for the most part. People are probably slowing down on the traveling. Maybe everyone bought electric cars. And maybe now that for us that still want the gas, that's going to help us. I don't know. But right now it's going down. And I noticed in the stock market that the market's doing way better. And that's what I've always said, you know, if the fuels continues to skyrocket, it's going to affect a chain reaction effect across the market. So that's been exciting. So my thumbnail, look, stores right now are in really good shape. And how do I know this? Is my wife's able to do most of the shopping, and I don't have to go hunt for anything. That's how I know stores are better. On a serious note, look, it's looking great. Lots of full shelves. Now, there are the hit or miss items that sometimes they're just out of. And, you know, the supply demand, sometimes certain things. I remember pastas, water, sports drinks, especially with the summer and the heat. There's just going to be that natural effect of everybody going out and buying the same item. So what do we do when things are in abundance and can be easily accessed and the sales are back? Is buy items and stock up. Get what you need. If you've been dwindling down any of your preps, you know, these last months, now's the time to kind of replenish them. From time to time, look, you've got to. Preps aren't just there for, you know, the end of the world. They're there if someone loses the job. They're there if all the utility bills keep going up and the food costs going up and gas prices going up, and you got to do what you got to do to make it through. You might have to tap into your preps for a while. So that happens. That's life. That's why we prep. That's why we prepare, is to have stuff for backup to cover the unexpected events of life. But now's the time to start considering stocking back up if you can. Right now, the meats and things seem like they're way more reasonable than they have been. And with the sales, especially. I talked about a week ago, my wife finding ribeye steaks and getting a great deal and use a digital coupon and had a weekend sale and, you know, getting them for under $5 a pound. It was a great deal. So right now is the time to get your freezer stocked back up if you've dwindled it down. Get your jars back out, get the dust off, and clean them up and start your canning again. So what about your vegetable gardens and stuff? We talked about the heat. Are you going to have enough to can this year? Is your gardens just as productive as they have been? Now, depending on what part of the country you are, some will say yes, our gardens are doing tremendous, probably the best year we've ever had. Where other places in the country, I know here in Tennessee, it's been a problem with the heat, and we had an extended drought there for a while. Thank God we finally got some rain. But with the super amount of heat, the drought, the zero rain, people's gardens were struggling. I've heard stories, some they've lost their garden, that it was just a battle they couldn't win. It was just too hot. The sun was just too much, too powerful. And then some said, well, you know, the garden's alive, but it's not flowering like it should, like it used to. Now, I noticed that even with our flower garden, until we finally got some relief from the heat, and we finally got these last couple weeks with some off and on rain, they finally were flowering. My wife was battling. Yeah, Joy was battling trying to get those flowers to bloom. And no matter how much she watered them, it was just too hot. And it needed that good old natural rain too. the good stuff, not the city water, not the city rain. But that's what happens. Sometimes when you're dealing with real life scenarios, you have to learn from them. You have to just roll up your sleeves and work through it. So look, if you're gardening, don't give up. Don't get frustrated. Don't get discouraged. It may not be a great year for some of you, but that doesn't mean you just quit and that's it, I'm never gardening again. You still pick it up and you still learn and you still move forward. That's what farmers do. Farmers sometimes have bad years. Did you know that? It's not 100% guarantee every year for farmers. Sometimes, whether it's the weather, sometimes it could be too much rain. Who's heard of that? You get way too much rain. The rain just does not stop. That can destroy crops. That can be bad for the root systems of the crops, and not enough sun and not enough dry weather at that point where it just rains all the time. And you hear stories and things like that. So who's been keeping an eye on the news? I watch from time to time. It's a lot of the same old, same old. So we're just kind of in that period of time right now. And that's okay. It's all right. It's not as exciting. Okay, there's no big event that we're ready. And I know some of you wanted to roll up your sleeves and practice your preparedness and practice your survival mode and being able to lean on your preps. But other than food and stuff, look, now's still a great time to get other things. We talk about generators, items, tools, things that you use, things to prepare you to get better. What about axes and things and just basic home tools? Do you know your home still needs repair? Even if things hit the fan, okay? Well, your home doesn't take a holiday. Houses are always in need of something. There's always something to do, whether it's painting, it's fixing something, it's roof work, it's siding work, it's inside, it could be lights. How about the air conditioning? How about changing the filter? Have you thought about all that? What about your car? Have you thought about making sure your car has tires and your air filter, windshield wiper blades, antifreeze, oil filter? Just the list can go on and on. The cars still need these things to be able to function. If there was ever a shortage on these items, do you have something to kind of fall back on or to use to keep your car running in the event of emergency? Sometimes you're going to need that car. Now, we always talk about bunkering in or bugging out, but if you do need to leave town, if something happens in your area and you got to get out of Dodge, a storm's coming in, we talk about hurricane season. If you're down in the south, and especially Florida and such, and along the coasts, that a hurricane could mean get out of Dodge. And have you prepared your vehicle for that? Have you prepared a quick bug out bags for you and your family? Maybe some games for the kids, maybe some of your important documents, things that you might need if you have to bug out in a heartbeat. If you need to be able to get out of Dodge and you want your insurance papers, maybe your personal banking information, things, your insurance papers, you're probably going to need that if a storm hits. But things that it's going to help guide you and give you all your information and put them in some Ziploc bags, seal it, make them waterproof, and have some basic supplies. So anyway, this is just a quick little touch video. Like I said, right now things are looking good right now. Now, yes, things are still high. Prices are still high. There's still that uncertainty of tomorrow. But don't fret about tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow's going to come. Just do what you can today. And if that means maybe buy one or two more of an item for your prepper pantry, then do that. That's something you can control. If it's getting another tool or something that's going to help you be a little more comfortable in maybe a grid down or a power out situation, then get you some tools or some electrical devices or like a generator or a portable AC unit, some things that you might need in this 110 degree weather. And so just things to think about. It's just not to put any fear in your mind, but just giving you just talking points. And feel free to jump in the comments and tell me what some of your thinking points and talking points are in this day and age that we are today, this week. Things as they are right now. I'd love to hear from you. So y'all have a great rest of the week. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.